Thanks, Mr. Car Mechanic, for always looking out for my car, pampering it, nurturing it. What would I do without you? There I was, thinking I needed an oil change, when in truth I needed a whole new motor. How could I ever have known? And thanks for being so thoughtful, changing those tires sure to wear out in the next couple of 1,000 miles. You cheap bastards. And I don't mean that in a good Ryanair sense of cheap.
Yes, we made the seat smaller. Yes, we took away expensive food. And yes, we do fly from small airports. But we provide cheap air travel to millions of people each year, making sure that everyone can afford to travel. Mr. Car Mechanic, what's your excuse for being cheap?
Thank you, Mr. Handyman, for always showing up on time and never cancel meetings. And how nice of you to go to the shops repeatedly, since you keep forgetting the materials that you need. And how thoughtful that you talked me into retiling the whole bathroom when 2 rows would have been quite enough. And finally, thanks, Mr. Handyman, for never finishing on time and always doubling the bill. You cheap bastard, and I do not mean that in a good Ryanair sense of cheap. Yes, we removed the blankets from our planes. Yes, we reduced a little personal space. And yes, we do fly from small airports. But we provide cheap air travel to millions of people each year, making sure that everyone can afford to travel. Mr. Handyman, what's your excuse for being cheap? Thank you, Mr. Real Estate Agent, for spreading a little sunshine in the world. Always turning the negative into a positive, making the ugly beautiful. Thank you for making me see the brighter side of life, showing me the ease of commuting when living 10 feet from the railroad, giving me the opportunity to add a personal touch to a worn down flat, making me realize the joy of living close to nature by enjoying the company of rats. But most of all, thank you for adding glamour to my otherwise so meager life, making me dream of things that in the end I could never afford. You cheap bastard. And to be clear, I do not mean that in a good Ryanair sense of cheap. Yes, we made the seat smaller. Yes, we took away expensive food. And yes, we do fly from small airports. But we provide cheap air travel to millions of people each year, making sure that everyone can afford to travel. Mr. Real Estate Agent, what's your excuse for being cheap?